Ronald William Howard was born on March 1st, 1954, in Duncan, Oklahoma, into a family already steeped in show business. His father, Rance Howard, and mother, Jean Spiegel Howard, were both actors who immersed him in the film industry almost from birth. By 18 months, he had appeared in Frontier Woman, unknowingly beginning a life in front of cameras that would shape him profoundly. The Howards' move to California in the late 1950s marked a shift from ordinary childhood moments to a world of scripts, tutoring, and sets. Ron later described this life as a golden cage, secure yet isolating. Childhood on set. By the time The Andy Griffith Show premiered on October 3rd, 1960, 6-year-old Ron became Opie Taylor, an icon of American innocence. While the world adored his charm, behind the scenes his childhood was carefully managed. He studied in a small room near Stage 40 at Dailu Studios, listening to other children play outside, while his father coached him to act honestly rather than cutely. The experience instilled a sense of duty and responsibility beyond his years. Though the audience saw only a perfect child star, the emotional cost of growing up in the public eye quietly carved deep grooves in his psyche. Balancing school and stardom. Ron's schooling was anything but typical. He alternated between Burbank classrooms and rushed tutoring sessions near busy sets, often sacrificing the carefree moments other children enjoyed. Even at 8, during The Music Man, he confronted personal anxieties, whispering to Shirley Jones that he might fail a dance routine, hidden from audiences by clever camera angles. These moments underscored the tension between public success and private struggle. The structure and discipline instilled by his parents helped him navigate early fame, but they also reinforced a lifelong feeling of obligation. The belief that he must always perform, always be good enough, and rarely prioritize his own needs. The rise of Richie Cunningham. In 1974, Ron Howard returned to the small screen as Richie Cunningham in Happy Days. Millions adored him, but the role brought a new sense of confinement. Richie represented a safe, familiar character, untouched by the complexities of the adult world, yet Ron increasingly felt trapped. His early success now became a double-edged sword, with fame as both reward and burden. By 1977, at age 23, he realized the need to escape this cycle. He sought a career that would allow him to tell stories beyond his on-screen persona, a journey that would lead him behind the camera and forever redefine his place in Hollywood. Transition to directing. Ron's transition to directing began with an offer from Roger Corman, leading to Grand Theft Auto, a small but meaningful first step. This pivot marked a turning point, giving him agency over his professional life and the chance to explore creativity on his own terms. His directorial path soon expanded with films like Night Shift, Splash, and Cocoon, blending humor, heart, and technical mastery. The shift allowed him to balance artistry and storytelling, yet each success also carried hidden costs. The pressures behind the camera were intense, and the weight of responsibility, especially on high-profile projects, would continue to test him in ways that acting had only hinted at. Hollywood triumphs and challenges. Throughout the 1980s and 90s, Howard directed films that ranged from magical to emotionally intricate, including Willow, Parenthood, and Apollo 13. The latter, a technical and logistical marvel, pushed him to physical and emotional limits. He endured 18-hour workdays across 90 consecutive days, filming 612 zero-gravity sequences until he collapsed on set. While the world celebrated the film's critical acclaim, behind the cameras the toll was enormous. These experiences reinforced a recurring theme in his life: the tension between achievement and personal cost, a dynamic rooted in his childhood expectations and compounded by the relentless demands of Hollywood. Family sacrifices. The heaviest burdens often came at home. In 1991, while filming Far and Away in Ireland, Ron spent 6 months away, leaving his wife, Cheryl, to raise their newborn twins alone. By the time he returned, his children barely recognized him, a moment he described in 2025 as life-altering. Years later, during Cinderella Man, similar work absences reignited these feelings, forcing him to confront childhood lessons that he always had to say yes, always had to prove his worth. These realizations crystallized the stark trade-off between professional success and family presence, a theme he would revisit as his children grew. Reflections on parenthood. By their 50th wedding anniversary in 2025, Ron openly wished he could exchange awards, accolades, and industry recognition for the simple moments with his children he had missed. The private cost of fame became clearer as he reflected on the quiet moments lost. Birthdays, first steps, school recitals. Though he achieved what few could imagine in Hollywood, the absence from formative years left emotional scars. These regrets reveal the deep humanity behind the icon. A man who dedicated his life to storytelling, yet repeatedly confronted the painful reality that some stories, those of love, family, and presence, cannot be retold or recreated. The pain of brotherly bonds beyond his children, Ron's closest emotional connection has been with his younger brother, Clint Howard, the only other family member to experience Hollywood's pressures firsthand. Clint survived addiction after a 1990 ultimatum, but now faces a serious, life-altering illness. For Ron, accustomed to solving problems and guiding productions to success, this is a battle he cannot rewrite or control. Watching a loved one struggle in ways that no amount of skill or planning can fix underscores a profound truth about life. Some hardships are immune to talent, perseverance, or fame, testing the heart in ways the world will never see. The weight of private battles. Throughout his life, Ron Howard carried private battles hidden behind steady professionalism and an approachable demeanor. Early anxiety on set, the pressure to succeed, and prolonged absences from family created patterns of guilt and self-reflection. These challenges were rarely shared publicly until recent years, when he began to acknowledge the emotional toll of fame and responsibility. By doing so, he not only offered insight into his personal journey, but also revealed the universal struggles of those growing up too quickly in demanding environments, reminding us that the appearance of ease often masks deep, unseen effort. Legacy and lessons. Now 71, with a legacy worth over $200 million, Ron reflects on a life filled with cinematic triumphs, creative breakthroughs, and private regrets. He recognizes the irony of a career built on telling others' stories while sometimes neglecting his own. The quiet periods between projects offered moments of reckoning, revealing a man shaped by childhood expectations, professional excellence, and the inescapable realities of love, loss, and family. His story emphasizes that achievement alone cannot measure fulfillment, and that the most enduring legacies are not trophies but the relationships, presence, and compassion we cultivate along the way. A life in perspective. Ron Howard's life is a testament to resilience, dedication, and humanity. From a toddler on a film set to a celebrated actor, director, and father, he navigated fame's relentless demands while carrying burdens few could imagine. The intersection of professional ambition and personal sacrifice defines his journey. as does the ongoing awareness that some losses cannot be remedied, no matter the accolades or success. As he continues to reflect on his past, Ron's story offers a poignant reminder. The most meaningful narratives are often the ones lived quietly, shared in small moments, and remembered in the hearts of loved ones.